Leigh, do you feel back on with the NFL? Do you feel the NFL is doing enough now for the concussion issues for the players?
No. I started on this issue back in the 80s. I had a crisis of conscience because I was representing half the starting quarterbacks. We'd go to doctors, ask them how many is too many, and they had no answers. So we held our first concussion conference in 1994 with the lead neurologists from across the country. And I issued a white paper to all the teams in the NFL front offices with a whole series of changes. Nothing happened. So we did it again in 2007, and then the neurologist told us that 3 or more occasions an exponentially higher risk of Alzheimer's, ALS, premature senility, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, and depression. So I called it a ticking time bomb and an undiagnosed health epidemic. So here's the reality. Every time an offensive lineman hits a defensive lineman at the inception of every play, it produces a low-level subconcussive event. So a lineman can walk out of football with 10,000 of them, none of which have been diagnosed, none of which he's aware of, but the aggregate will almost certainly do brain damage. So we're building up to a point that's really destructive. So what do? Well, some of the effort to take blocking and tackling with the head is preventative. Some of the concept of being able to coach kids during a year without having them hit would be a preventative. There are now new helmets that use coil and compression, not on the market yet, but can reduce the energy flow. We need urgently to be moving in all of these areas, because what distinguishes this from every other athletic injury is players know if they play in the NFL, they're going to have aches and pains when they turn 40 and lean over to pick up their child. It's quite another thing not to be able to identify that child. This is the brain we're talking about, consciousness, what it means to be a human being.